Welcome to the New Jersey Association for College Admission Counseling's virtual college fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so please be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within a week at strivescan.com/New Jersey. And now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters. And first up is Allegheny College.
Thank you, and I'll go ahead and get my screen share up there so we can share some slides with you today. But welcome everybody. My name is Eric Stoller. I am an admissions counselor at Allegheny College, and I'm also the coordinator of multicultural recruitment. I've been with Allegheny just shy of about a year now. And it has been a wonderful experience, and I'm glad to be able to share a little bit about Allegheny with you all today. As you can see on that first slide there, we are the 32nd oldest college in the nation, so we do have a long tradition and really, dedicating ourselves to that full liberal arts education and doing everything we can to support our students throughout their journey with us. This first slide will start giving you some of the nice kind of demographic and background information on Allegheny. Some of the things I like to point out in there, I'll start from the right, work my way to the left, which I know is a little counterintuitive, but that's the way the numbers make sense in my head. Starting over there on the right with the 28.5% of students of color and 28% of our students being first-generation college students. These are numbers we're really proud of being a pretty diverse school, especially being a liberal arts institution. When we throw in our international students into this count, which international students are about 6% of our student population, we jump up to about a third of our student body identifies as a person of color. Continue on with some of those demographic information you might like to know. Average class size is about 18 students. So you never really have to worry about, being in that big lecture hall, not being able to gain access to your faculty member, your professor. They're right there with you. And we have that 11-to-1 faculty to student ratio. So plenty of faculty members around to support you throughout the transition. You shouldn't feel alone as you're navigating through the college process. Your faculty members are there to know you by name and to help you throughout the process. We are 100% a residential campus too, so all of our students do live on campus and have full access to all of our facilities, and then our housing options are everything from your traditional residence hall to apartment style living, suite style, and even single family homes we have. Another thing on this, I'm super proud of being someone who majored in environmental science when I was in college, is we achieved full carbon neutrality in 2020, making us the 8th college in the nation to have achieved full carbon neutrality. And we are the only college in the state of Pennsylvania that has been able to achieve this goal. So if you're someone who has a passion for the environment or really wants to be learning more about sustainability, we're an excellent resource for you, as we have become a leader in higher education living sustainably. Up in that top left, that college that changes lives is another great thing I recommend you check out as you're going throughout your college search. This is a book of about 40 institutions that the writer Loren Pope identified as institutions that stand out, not only being, a great school that you can go to for the statistics and the graduation rates and the return of the investment of your degree, but you're actually going to have an impactful experience at these institutions that we're dedicated at not just giving you a degree, but helping you transition from the 17 or 18-year-old student who shows up on our door on day one to, a 21, 22-year-old adult ready to enter the world after you graduate. As far as where we're located in the northwestern corner of Pennsylvania. You can see it right there on the map. We're about an hour and a half north of Pittsburgh, just under 2 hours from Buffalo, Cleveland, and 3.5 hours from Toronto, Canada. So even though Meadville ourselves, pretty small town, or about average population of 15,000, we still have access to these large metropolitan areas. When you want to stretch your legs, that's not to say there's not plenty to do in town here. We still have, movie theater and everything you need to do, all the shops, restaurants, and things to check out. Most of which are from a walking distance from the campus. So it is not like you need to be going to these large areas if you need to. On there, you can also see some of our top states of where students are coming from. Some of them might surprise you with, Florida, California, Texas on there. So we do have lots of students coming from lots of different areas. A big question I often get as an admissions representative is, quick, what 3 things should I know about Allegheny as I'm making my decisions? First of all, major and minor combinations. We require all of our students to have a major and a minor, and we're going to ask you that those are coming from separate academic disciplines. I'll show you what that means on a slide in here in just a moment, but do know that we really are going to challenge you to think outside of the box, see how you connect to your academic interest with your personal interest, and become that well-rounded student. The next thing is going to be availability of undergraduate research. One thing Allegheny is known for is our emphasis on research for undergraduate students. So if this is something that you really want to expand your opportunities to learn outside of the classroom, dive deep into some tougher academic disciplines, we absolutely will support you through that. And it's a nice way to prepare yourself for graduate school, medical school, anything you want to do when you're done with your undergraduate degree. The third thing, which is my personal favorite for the type of learner I am, is experiential learner. I am learning. I am not that type of person that likes to sit in the classroom and just take notes the whole time and throw that information back out on a test. I like to have a hands-on learning experience to get outside of the classroom. And that's very much the spirit of Allegheny College, that we're going to, take you directly into the field of what you're studying. If you're taking an environmental science class, you might get to go to Busan Forest and study in a wildlife preserve. If you're studying international studies, you might do an internship or a study abroad experience that's really impactful for you. This talks again about that major minor combination I was talking about really quick. You can see those different disciplines: natural sciences, social sciences, humanities in those interdivisional programs. These are all the kind of areas we have those majors and minors housing from. And so when you pick that major and minor, you're just coming from 2 out of those 4 different disciplines. The senior comp, again, talking about us as an undergraduate research project. Something you want to know as an Allegheny student is before you graduate, you get to conduct and create your own original research project that is the senior comprehensive project that you get to prove of your experience of an Allegheny student. Here, just on my last slide before I sign off and pass the hat over to the next presenter, gives you an idea of where our students are heading after they graduate. So 60% of our students are employed within those first 6 months after graduation, and 95% of those students are within their desired field. We have about 30% students that either go on to medical school, law school, with their acceptance rate into those programs about twice the national average. And then we have another about 10% that go into some type of long-term service like the Peace Corps or AmeriCorps. Definitely recommend you reach out to me. Like I said, I'm Eric Stoller and I'm your representative for the state of New Jersey. You can always reach out to me and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have on Allegheny, and definitely drop any questions in the chat box below and we'll be able to help you out as well. Thank you.
Great, thanks so much, Eric. And next up is Elizabethtown College.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm from E-Town. I have been with the college for now 2 years, and I'm the rep for the southern part of New Jersey. I'm gonna share my screen, and then I'm gonna do a little presentation about what it's like to be a Blue Jay. So if everybody can see this. Struggling with the computer. Okay. So I'm gonna talk about becoming a Blue Jay. So our Blue Jay is our mascot. So we are the Blue Jays. Nope, this is not working. I'm gonna actually unshare my screen and share the PowerPoint because we got a new PowerPoint, but it doesn't seem to be working at this time. So if you just bear with me for 1 second. Fantastic. Thank you, and sorry for those technical difficulties. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen again. So I'm gonna talk about becoming a Blue Jay. By the numbers, Elizabethtown College has a student faculty ratio of 11:1, 58 undergraduate majors. We have 24 NCAA Division III athletic teams, over 100 clubs and organizations here on campus. We have about 1,600 students, so about 400 students per class. We're consistently ranked in the top 100 schools. Our average class size is 17, but as you move forward, it's gonna be less than 12, and we have about 204 acres of campus. Here are some of our majors and minors, but we're mainly known for our business program, our education program, engineering program, our marketing program, and we have an occupational therapy program that's ranking one of the top 10 programs in the whole state. And we're also known for our music program as well. In order to graduate from E-Town, you have to do what we call signature learning experiences. There are 5 of them. You only have to do 2. So the first one is supervised research. So before, research was only open for students for chemistry or biology, psychology, but not every student gets to do research. So for example, for the business students, if they want to research how COVID has impacted the economy, they can do research on that. You can also do an internship. So we have internships with many companies, like the Hershey company. We're only 20 minutes away from Hershey. We're 25 minutes away from Harrisburg. So if you want to do an internship with the capital, you can do those things. We have cross-cultural experiences. In short, that means study abroad. We have over 100 countries, 500 programs. You can go for 2 to 6 weeks. You can go for a semester. You can go for the whole year. So it's really up to you. We have community-based learning. That gives you a chance to work with a nonprofit. Examples include Habitat for Humanity, United Way. And we have a capstone course that encompasses everything that you have learned from your freshman year all the way down to your senior year. 85% of our students live on campus. So we have the Maya Residence Hall for students. Then we have the quads where you share a living room, a bathroom, and a kitchen where you have your own private room. And then we have Hackman apartments as well if a student wants to live by themselves. Getting involved on campus. We have 24 sports, 12 for female, 12 for male. We also have intramurals, and we have over 100 clubs and organizations here on campus. So we have everything from like anime club to political clubs, religious clubs, major clubs, study abroad. We have everything. There is always something for every student. If there is something that you really, really want and our college doesn't have it, you can create your own club. You need 2 more students, and the Student Government Association will give you a check for $320. You can start recruiting students for your cost, whatever cost that might be. We have a new Bauer Centers for Sports, Fitness, and Well-being, which is more than a gym. This place has multi-purpose room, athletic rooms, an indoor track, an outdoor track, a smoothie bar, lounges with fireplaces, outside and outdoor fire pits. We have a demonstration kitchen where we teach our students how to eat healthy so they don't get the famous freshman 15. As you can tell, I graduated 6 years ago, but I'm still packing those. So we're teaching our students how to eat healthy. We have an honors program. We have an honors college inside the college for overachieving students. Less than 20% of our students are in the honors program, but that's a program that is very helpful for students that want to pursue graduate school, or if they want to pursue a PhD or go to law school. So it's a fantastic program. The application process is super simple. Rolling admissions with some exceptions. Our exceptions include the occupational therapy program, physician assistant, and our physical therapy program. The application is, we need the E-Town app, the Common App, official transcript. SAT scores or ACT scores are not optional. We need your school report, a teacher recommendation, a writing sample, and if you have any activities, special talents, or awards. We usually read an application within 2 to 3 weeks, and you have until May 1st to make your final college decision. Every student gets a scholarship no matter what. So for example, if a student has a 3.6 GPA or higher, they will get the presidential scholarship, and that is $17,000 per year. We have additional scholarships. So if you get a 3.0 to a 3.5, you will get the founders, which is $14,000. And if you have between like a 2.75 to a 3, you will get the Dean Scholarship, which is $12,000 per year. We have additional scholarship. The FAFSA is available October 1st. You can also transfer your credits. We have AP courses, IB courses, dual enrollment college courses, and you can transfer those. So if you take the 4 or the 5 in AP class, or if you have 100 level or higher classes and you get a C- or better, we can take those classes. You can come in and check us out. We are open for business. We have visits for all types. So we have department days, junior visit days, open houses. Right now we're having our student days, but we also have virtual visits at all times. And you can go to etown.edu/visit. Here's the admissions team. I am in the right. I go by Oz. And there is my email. Thank you for your time.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Our next presentation is from Elon University.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tofumi Olalia, and I'm the admissions counselor here at Elon University, working with students from New Jersey. So I'm really excited to be here to talk more about Elon with you all. So we'll start off by talking about where Elon is. So as you can see on the map here, Elon is centrally located in North Carolina. So we have the Greensboro, Charlotte, and the Raleigh-Durham area surrounding us. That creates places for students to hang out, explore, go on trips and vacations, but then also job placement during their time at Elon, as well as afterwards, and internship opportunities. We are about 2.5 hours away from the mountains and then about 3 hours away from the coast. So again, centrally located there. Elon is a medium-sized private institution, so we have an undergraduate enrollment of around 6,300 students. Of those 6,300 students, 80% of our students are coming from out of state, with some of our top enrollment states being New Jersey and some other Northeastern states as well. So really lots of attraction from students from the Northeastern regions here at Elon. We have 47 states represented, 48 countries represented, which is really cool to be able to be in a classroom or be on campus with students who come from different countries or different states. So that interaction and exposure with individuals who may have similar backgrounds as you or who may not is something that you'll find at Elon. And then it's Elon's top priority to ensure that we are recruiting a diverse array of students. And I'm proud to say that 19% of our students identify as racially and ethnically diverse. And not only do we have students represented of various backgrounds, but we have support in place for them, different clubs and organizations, as well as centers on campus that create a space for students to come together and learn about themselves and learn about others while educating themselves and others as well. So shifting a bit now to the academic experience, as you can see by these numbers here, Elon is committed to providing that smaller and engaging learning environment. We are able to interact one-on-one with faculty members and have that mentorship take place. So we have our student to faculty ratio being 12:1, 20 students in an average class. Another number that isn't on here that is just as important is the number 33, which is the number that all of our classes are capped at. So you'll never have more than 33 students in a class at all during your 4 years. At Elon, when you apply to the university, you don't have to put in a secondary application to be a part of a specific school or program. We believe that it's okay to come and not have it completely figured out. We actually encourage our students to take different classes in different programs and schools so you can use that as guidance to help make that decision. Our 4 undergraduate schools being our School of Education, Communication, Business, and then our College of Arts and Sciences. We also have over 60 majors, 75 different minors, and you can get really creative and utilize these different areas of interest to kind of help create that big picture goal or career there. So you can have a major in 2 different schools and a minor in a 3rd school. And then shifting a bit now to that experience outside the classroom, we'll talk a bit about experiential learning, which we describe as the Elon experiences because they truly are the hallmark of that experience as an Elon student. So at Elon, our students are actually required to complete 2 out of the 5 that you see here. And it's very easy to complete it because many of them are embedded in your curriculum. For instance, our communication and business program requires a study abroad program or an internship. So we have 80% of our students completing at least 1 study abroad program before they graduate. Many will go abroad more than once. We have around 88% of students completing at least 1 internship. Of that 88, 67% of those are leading to job offers from those companies. Research, around 50% of our students will complete, which is an amazing opportunity to work one-on-one with the faculty member for an extended amount of time. Service learning really highlights that citizenship there. So you'll take different courses and address a local need in the community and actually find solutions to them. And then lastly, leadership. Around 80% of our students hold a leadership role on campus. And all 5 of these allow for that career, professional, but then also personal development and growth as a student at Elon. And then continuing that theme of talking about outside the classroom, division institutions, smaller classroom sizes, but then we're also a Division I athletic school. So 17 Division I teams. We are in the Coalition Athletic Association, and all games and events are free for students. We are also a residential campus. So our students are actually required to live on campus their first 2 years, but many students will choose to live on campus all 4 years. So 8 residential neighborhoods, 5 of those being for first-year students. And then we have 23 living learning communities, which is an amazing opportunity for you to live in a specific community that is major or minor based. So if you're really wanting to network and get involved and interact with students who have similar academic and professional and career goals, that's a great opportunity to do so. So we've talked a bit about that experience inside the classroom, and then we highlighted some of those opportunities outside the classroom. But a big question is, what does all of that lead to? What does that combination of experiences lead to? And at Elon, those lead to these outstanding outcomes. So your life after Elon looks very successful. Our graduates are employed in grad school, completing internships and working in service organizations 9 months post-grad and taking jobs in their field as well. I have for you all here our tuition and fees for the academic year of 2020-21. You can apply for FAFSA as well as that CSS profile. And then Elon Net Price Calculator is a helpful tool to help figure out what those numbers may look like specifically for you. Then coming to the end here, what we're looking for. So mid-range is there, your essay demonstrating interest, and we are test optional, meaning that test scores are not required for admissions and your application will not be affected in any way if you choose not to submit them. And then lastly, some dates and deadlines. November 1st being our early action and early decision deadline, early decision being binding, whereas regular deadline is January 10th, and then all of our scholarship applications are due January 15th. I'd love for you all to stay connected with me, so I provided my contact information here, and I'll make sure to put that in the chat as well, but I'll hand it over to the next presenter.
Excellent, thank you so much. And up next is Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming. Let's see. Hopefully this works now. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay, so welcome and thank you for sharing your Tuesday night with all of us. So Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University is just what it is. We are an aviation-based STEM university with our main campus located in Daytona Beach, Florida, with about 7,000 students there. And Arizona, Prescott, to be exact, has about 3,000 students. We also have a worldwide campus, which has about 17,000 students, which is our online platform. So just some facts for you. You guys can feel free to screenshot this if you would like, but we are #1 in aerospace engineering by US News and World Report for 20 years in a row now. So we are the first and only College of Security and Intelligence, and that is located on our Arizona campus. We have the first and only aerospace physiology program that is actually on our Daytona Beach campus, and that is our pre-med program with an aviation spin to it. So it does set you apart from other programs if you want to go for pre-med. We are a BET accredited institution for engineering programs, and our graduates yield among the highest return on investment in the nation, which is a great thing if you want to make sure that you are going to get back what you put in. So we are top ranked in Arizona and Florida for the highest level of quality and affordability. So as I said, Daytona Beach campus has about 7,000 students. Our average class size is only about 27. We have about 200 clubs, organizations. We are NCAA Division II. Air Force, Army, Navy, ROTC. We do have all 4 branches on Daytona Beach campus, and they do offer amazing scholarships directly through each branch. Our Prescott, Arizona campus has about 3,000 students on their campus with an average class size of about 24. So they also combined also have a bunch of clubs there, and they're more known for their outdoorsy clubs. They're rock climbing and bicycles and very outdoorsy, where Arizona, where a Daytona Beach is more skydiving is our biggest club there, because the airport is actually a adjacent to our campus. So for some reason, because we have access to so many planes, the kids really like to jump from them for some reason. Arizona's NAIA in our sports there, and they have Air Force and Army. So they have 2 out of the 4. So 94% of our graduates come out employed in what they are studying, or they are continuing in their field of education to go on for a master's, PhD, whatever. And our career services is super, super involved from day one. We have a very, very strong alumni base. They do come in, they participate very heavily with our current students as far as our aeronautical science flight students, our aerospace engineering students. They're very involved with expos and internships and getting our students involved. We have about 140,000 of our alumni. So our application process, very, very easy. We are not on the Common App or the Coalition. We are rolling admission and our application does open up. Junior year that summer, right before senior year in about August, our application will be right on our website where you can go right on there and you can apply. All that we require is an official transcript. Everything else is completely optional for us. We have been test optional for about 5 years. Our letters of recommendation are optional, essays optional, everything. Financial aid, about 90% of our students get some type of financial aid, scholarships, grants, loans. Merit scholarships are automatic for us. So as long as you're above a 3.0, you automatically qualify. You do not have to, have a separate application or anything like that. It's automatic for us. External scholarships, we take everything and anything. So if you find something on your own, you're more than welcome to, send those on over to us. So our contact information is up there in the right-hand corner. I'm regional, so I actually do live in New Jersey. I've lived here my whole life. I started out in Bergen County and now I live in Monmouth County. So I'm local, so you can feel free to reach out, and anytime I'm happy to meet with you. I do have some great videos that when I don't only have 5 minutes, I would be happy to share with you. We are doing in-person tours in both Daytona and Arizona. So we would love to welcome you to get away from this lovely cold weather that we've been having, and feel free, come down and come see our campuses. So I will put my email in the chat, so my direct email, and reach out with any questions or anything you need.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And our next presenter is from Emmanuel College.
Hi, everyone. I'm Olivia. I'm an admissions counselor at Emmanuel College in Boston. I'm going to pull up my screen for you guys and we can get started. So here's just a nice picture of campus. Like I said, I'm Olivia. I recruit for New Jersey and a few other states. My email is right here, just last name, first initial at Emmanuel. So if you have any questions at all, definitely feel free to reach out. So a lot of colleges say they're close to Boston or they're in the greater Boston area. We are right in the city. We're in the Fenway neighborhood. So right down the street from Fenway Park, Longwood Medical Center is right behind us. So Boston Children's is back there, Beth Israel, some of the best hospitals in the whole country are right in our neighborhood, which is pretty cool. We are a small Catholic liberal arts college. We have about 1,900 undergrad students. We have 16 Division III sports. 70 different major minor programs, about 50,000 hours of community service happen every year. Our students are very involved. We're a small, tight-knit community, but people definitely, like to get involved in our clubs and activities, and community service just happens to be, one of the most popular activities to do. Our students have done 10 consecutive years of Fulbright scholarships. Students have received those. Research is also a big part of what we do on campus. We also have 4 years of housing available on campus. If you want to live on campus all 4 years, you have that option. That's definitely pretty unique considering we are right in the city, like I said. We have 5 different academic schools. So we have business management, we have education, humanities and social sciences, nursing and clinical sciences, which is our newest school, and then science and health. So like I said, there's 70 major minor programs. They're split up into these different schools, but as a liberal arts student, you're going to be taking courses from all different disciplines. We want you guys to have a really well-rounded background. We're also in a consortium called the Colleges of the Fenway. It's been around for about 25 years. It's Emmanuel and 4 other schools in the Fenway neighborhood. So you can cross-register courses really easily. A lot of our intramural sports run with that consortium. So it just kind of expands out your circle even more, with academics and social opportunities and all that good stuff. So talking about experiential learning a little bit, I mentioned research briefly. That can start as early as your freshman year. Internship rate at Emmanuel is 100%. It's a requirement. Graduate, everyone has to do at least one internship, but you're definitely not, left hanging or left to figure this all out on your own. We have a great career services office. You will get assigned a career advisor starting your freshman year. There's a course all freshmen have the option to take. You go over cover letters and resumes and all that good stuff so that you guys feel confident when you start applying for those internships. Employment rate a year after graduation is 96%, and the grad school placement a year after graduation is 92%. So students are able to find, something they're passionate about in Emmanuel and able to go on and study that, after they graduate and get into their, different passions and interests and explore those more. Talking about student life a little bit, we have 16 Division III sports, which you guys can all see up on the screen here. We also have a bunch of intramural sports. We have tennis, softball, things like that. A lot of those intramurals, like I mentioned, run through the colleges of the Fenway, which is nice. Just meet more college students in our neighborhood. Boston is basically like a giant college town. Everywhere you look, there's a college. So these intramural sports play schools from all over the city. Just another chance to get to know new people, stay active. We have 3 gyms on campus, which is nice. You can kind of pick whichever one you're interested in, or hit up all 3, whatever works for you. We have over 100 different student clubs and activities on campus, which is a lot. Like I said, for a small school, you have dance club, you have Zumba, there's a ukulele club, there's cultural organizations, academic clubs, anything you can think of basically. And if there's something you're interested in that isn't on the list, you can start your own club. So lots of things to explore. Like I said, community service is a huge part of our identity here at Emmanuel. Over 80% of students participate in some kind of community service. That's not a requirement. It's just something students are interested in. They want to be involved in their Emmanuel community, in the city of Boston, and the greater Boston area. So people are always looking out for each other. And like I said, it's definitely a tight-knit group. It's, a small school. You have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. You get to know your professors and your classmates and see familiar faces all over campus. Over 86% of our total student population lives on campus all 4 years. You have, your typical first year res halls, and then we have an apartment style building as well. So like I said, you're always going to see someone across campus, which is nice. Some requirements to apply, pretty standard. We're on the Common App. It's free. There's no application waivers. It's free for everyone. We will get your application essay, we'll get your transcripts, we will get 2 letters of rec, one from a guidance counselor, one from a teacher, TOEFL score if you are an international student. We are a test optional institution. We've been test optional for about 6 years, so very comfortable reading applications without test scores. And then just some dates and deadlines. Early Action 1, November 1st, Early Action 2, December 15th, and then you have regular decision. If you are interested in nursing, if anyone in the group is interested in nursing, definitely apply early. It's our only direct entry program and it's very competitive. So just something to keep in mind there. And that pretty much wraps it up. Like I said, my contact information is below. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. But thanks for having me, and I'm going to pass it on to the next presenter.
Great, thank you, Olivia. And our final presentation for this session is from Fairleigh Dickinson University.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Alexa. I'm the college rep from FDU. So I'm also going to share my screen with you guys and do a little quick presentation. So I just share my screen. I recruit for students from Bergen County, New Jersey. So hopefully all of you guys. So I'll be the college rep for that, and I'll give you guys my contact information at the very end of this. But for FDU, we're right in the heart of New Jersey. We do have 2 university campuses that you can see right here in your screen in the middle of the map. 2 campuses in northern New Jersey, and I'll talk about each of them briefly. For our 2 campuses, we do offer over 100 majors and concentrations between the 2. When you do apply to FDU, you do have to apply to a specific campus, whether it's the Metropolitan campus in Teaneck, which is in Bergen County, or the Florham campus, which is in Madison, New Jersey, and Morris County. But between them, we do offer pretty much the same majors and concentrations. I'll go through a few that are only offered on one campus or the other. We do offer a student to faculty ratio that is 12:1. Our average class size is around 16 students or less. We do have some lecture courses, of course, that are going to be a little bit larger, anywhere from 30 to 40 students, but never over that 40 class size limit. For clubs and organizations and getting involved on campus, we do offer over 70 clubs and organizations between the 2 campuses for you to get involved in. So just like many other universities, you can also create your own club on campus. So if there's something that you are interested in, that you're involved in high school, want to bring it to college that we don't offer currently, you definitely could get that club started on campus and then be a co-founder, add that as a resume booster too. Other than that, we do offer some other unique programs. We offer something called a Combined Degree Advantage program, where we do allow students to graduate in 5 years with 2 degrees, their bachelor's and their master's. So currently we do offer over 35 majors with this program. So definitely a good benefit to graduate ahead of kind of everyone else with that master's under your belt. We are also a private institution, so we do have our own private grants and awards to give out to students as part of their financial aid and award packages as well on top of their merit scholarships. So pretty hefty packages that we do offer our students. Breaking down between the 2 campuses, how you decide. Some students decide based on the location, whether it's closer to home, based on the athletics, based on kind of the school layout, or on their major as well. So this is kind of briefly just showing you the facts and figures comparing the 2 campuses. So our Metro campus, we're going to have our Division I athletic sports. We're going to have around 3,000 undergraduate students, a little less than 2,000 graduate students studying here. Around 50% of our first-year residents are residing on campus. The other students are commuting from surrounding areas of Bergen County, New Jersey, New York City, even Staten Island, New York. And then again, over 70 clubs and organizations for you to join during your time here. On the Florham campus, however, that's going to be our Division III campus. So I know can be confusing. We have 2 campuses, 2 separate divisions, but Division III campus, around 2,600 undergraduate students, a little less than 1,000 grad students studying here, and around 70% of our first-year students are residing on campus here. For our Metro campus, this is kind of the quick layout overview of our campus. It is split into 2 towns of New Jersey, if you're unaware. So we're in Teaneck and Hackensack, New Jersey, and divided by the Hackensack River. So we do have buildings on both sides of campus with this walking bridge connecting you across. Our Florham campus is going to be our more traditional standard campus in Madison, New Jersey. So that's going to be where you see those brick buildings, white columns, really spread out along the rolling hills of Madison. It is on the former Vanderbilt Twombly estate as well. So this mansion that you see here used to be the Vanderbilt's summer home that we now use as an average academic building. Breaking down the schools and colleges and over the 100 majors and concentrations, we do offer our split between, again, these schools and colleges that you see here on your screen. We do have 9 of them between the 2 campuses in New Jersey. So I just want to point out quickly, if anyone's interested in engineering, that's only offered on the Metropolitan campus, as well as our marine biology major and criminal justice major. If anyone's interested in criminology or history or sociology or anything related School of the Arts, think graphic design, film and animation, theater, like musical theater or fine arts, that's going to be on the Florham campus, okay? For internships, mentoring, we do have an Office of Career Development where students can go and have walk-in hours, go get edited for their resumes, take practice interviews, anything like that, find internships and job opportunities to apply to. Most of our students are getting an internship right before they start their senior year, and some of our students carry that internship into a job opportunity after graduation. We do also offer study abroad and more internships within our study abroad opportunities. So we do have 2 international campuses. So we're going to have one campus in England and then another campus in Vancouver, Canada. And then we also are very close to New York City that we definitely take advantage of. Again, going back to those jobs and internships for students to take their advantage and experiential learning elsewhere outside of the classroom, again, into those cities or other international schools. For applying to FDU, it's fairly easy. All you have to do is submit your application via Common App or on our website at the FDU application. We are rolling admissions, so you can submit your application at any point in time. But if you do apply early by applying to a December 1st deadline, we will waive your application fee and offer you $1,000 if you are admitted as a scholarship for all 4 years if you are admitted early to FDU. Again, we offer scholarships, financial aid, mostly through the FAFSA, so be sure to fill that out. And lastly, I do have my contact information right here. So if you guys do need to reach out for any reason, have any questions about the application, feel free to reach out to me or our main email and line at the bottom. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. So that wraps up our presentations. We have a few minutes for Q&A. So I'm going to share my screen with a question for all of our presenters. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And I'll ask all of our presenters to come back on camera and answer in the order that you presented. So we'll start back with Allegheny College.
Thank you. So the piece of advice I would have for you as you're going through your college search process, especially this year, knowing what an unusual year, what an unusual process you are going to be going through, is definitely utilize your admissions representatives. That is something I did not do when I did my college search. I just saw admissions representatives as people who stood there at the fair and said hello or read your application, but we're really here to answer all of your questions, help you through the process, even if it's, questions on how to fill out your application or needing more information on the school, connecting with a faculty member, anything like that. That's what we're here for. And we're definitely excited to work with you and have those conversations. No wrong questions or anything like that. So definitely reach out to us, especially if there's something you're worried about on your application you want to explain. Send us an email and we'll be able to help you out with that.
Those are great. Yeah, always ask questions. For me, it will be if the college has the opportunity, make sure you visit your college. You want to make sure that the college that you're going through is going to be your home away from home, because that's where you're going to be for the next 4 years. So you want to make sure that you enjoy the place and you see yourself truly being there.
My piece of advice would be kind of to echo everything that was said here. Utilize your resources, whether that be admissions representatives or even your high school and school counselors, because they are great resources as well. But then also in the age of social media, utilize university social media accounts, especially during times where you're unable to visit campus and get that in-person interaction that you maybe would have been able to do in the past. So many institutions are doing Facebook Lives and doing student takeovers and taking you through parts of Elon. Elon is doing that too, but through different parts of that institution so you can get that experience, although you're not on campus.
I mean, I would say I just went through this a year ago with my daughter, who's a freshman in college. So I've been on both sides of this. And I would say keep an open mind, like, especially now, you guys look at the positive, like you're getting these virtual visits with so many schools that you would never normally get in normal circumstances. So just keep an open mind, because maybe there's a university out there that you never, ever would have thought about, but under normal circumstances, but you're getting an opportunity to just get exposed to so many other, universities that you never would have even thought of. So just keep an open mind.
I definitely agree with everything everyone said here. And I think another thing too, definitely talk to current students whenever you can, whether it's virtual or in person, just to get a sense of what the community's like, what your future classmates may be like, things like that. So definitely seek out chances to interact with students who are already on campus.
Yeah, it's hard going last because I just want to echo everything that you guys already said, because it's just so important to, get out there, tour the campus, talk to people who are currently there, ask questions, no questions, a dumb question. So just get involved. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you all for your answers. And that does take us to the end of this session of the college fair. And so we thank you for joining us. When the window closes, there'll be a very quick 4-question survey. We do appreciate your feedback. Please do sign up for additional sessions that are happening this evening, and a recording will be available at strivescan.com/New Jersey in about a week. So thank you to our presenters and to all of our attendees, and have a great rest of your evening.